What's up, guys? This is the Mexikent, and I'm back with another fresh drinks review for you today. Today we're going to be doing the Hobo Brewing Session Ale. This is apparently the Journey Ale, and it is apparently a fresh, vibrant, fruity wheat beer. I don't mind a good wheat beer. Not usually a session ale, to my knowledge, that you don't usually get a wheat beer that's also a session ale. That said, session ale isn't really a thing, so yeah, and wheat beers are quite sessionable, so it makes sense in that regard. But you don't usually have a session ale that is a wheat beer, so it's different in that respect, at least. 375ml can, 4.2 alcohol by volume, and a 15 IBU according to the Hobo hop scale on the back. It was $60 a slab at Aldi, which is pretty pricey on the Aldi side of things, but it is a craft beer after all, so you are often expected to pay more for that. Still a bit pricey compared to Aldi's usual offerings. On the back it has, I'm on the wrong side, a long way from home. This summer style beer is easy and approachable, brewed to the American style with the use of aromatic Australian hops, brewed in Adelaide, South Australia. So South Australian there. American beers are usually pretty simple in terms of tastes. They don't go for too much complexity. That said, I quite like that. You know, I don't want to have to try to like something. You know, I want to be able to just go, yep, that's nice, and that's it. That's what American style beers usually do for me. So we'll get into it. We'll pour it out. Oh, I've poured too much. I wasn't paying attention to that pour there. A fair bit ahead on that. So there we go. But looking at that color, that's a classic wheat beer color right there. Yeah, that's pretty iconic. I was going to say Kronenberg, but I was actually going to say it's reminding me of Hoegaarden a bit. Even the smell is actually. It's got that little bit of citrus the Hoegaarden has as well. So yeah, there's a fair bit of Hoegaarden going on in this. Which is great, because I quite like Hoegaarden, so that's pretty solid. Yeah, a little bit of citrus, but that's about it. That goes down real easy. Yep, it's delivered that it's sessionable. That's what they would say. It's sessionable. Yeah, you do taste a little bit of that citrus coming through, which is interesting because it doesn't actually make any allusion to citrus. A lot of beers like to tell us they have citrus in it, whether they do or don't. Apparently it's an advertising point. I've never been all that sold on it. If I wanted like something citrusy, I'd drink like a cruiser or something. But in this case, that little hint is quite nice, and it did work for Hoegaarden as well, actually, I suppose. And yeah, it's got a little bit of wheatiness to it as well. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, this is basically Hoegaarden, except it's probably a bit cheaper. And Australian, so you're supporting local. I'm trying to think of a way it differs from Hoegaarden. I'm sure it tastes slightly different, but I'd have to have them side by side to tell the difference. Still pretty good, definitely sessionable. Yeah, very sessionable. Yeah, drink out of a Pilsner glass as well. Probably should mention what I'm drinking out of. So once again, I haven't got the whole can in there. Yeah, very easy drinking. Pretty nice. Tastes like a wheat beer. Tastes exactly like the wheat beer you would expect it to taste like. Yeah, and just a little bit of citrus over the top, I guess. It says it is fresh, vibrant, and fruity. I'll give it vibrant and fruity. Don't know about fresh. Beer is never fresh, but by definition, it literally sits in a tank for a while fermenting, so fresh is hard to sell in a beer. But I'll give it vibrant and fruity and a wheat beer. What would I give it out of 10? I'll give it 8.5 hobos out of 10 brewings. Pretty solid fare. But if you're going to Aldi, you're looking for a cheap beer. And I was at the Aldi when I bought this yesterday. It was sitting next to Heineken for like $43, you know? Heineken being a mainstream beer is usually reasonably expensive compared to some of the Australian stuff. it just seems, and given this is an Aldi brand, you'd expect it to be cheaper than the mainstream stuff. Is what I'm trying to get to, in a very roundabout way. But for some reason it isn't, and that it's bothering me a bit. I must confess. So that's why I'm going 8.5 hobos out of 10 brewings. In terms of flavor, it's delivering pretty much exactly what it promises. Very easy drinking, very sessionable. Can highly recommend if you're near an Aldi and you're looking for a perfect beer pong beer. That's what this is. So you can just smash this and you'll be ready for the next shot that you're inevitably going to miss, and then you have to drink all of their beers, which isn't going to be this, and it'll be very unpleasant. But if you like the content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. If you want to watch another video, it'll be another beer video. Go and click that button right there. Once again, guys, this is the Mexikent signing off.